All right, then we should be going.
Magic.
Magic. We're not gonna battle like a pro. We're not doing the standard thing. Though that was pretty fun the first time I did that. Like it just the playing the standard decks thing.
I actually like as long as I think it'd be kind of cool to do that with a lot of the cheaper decks, but it's hard to justify buying all of the standard decks on Magic Online when it's
Well,
just way more fun to play limited.
the gauntlet thing is just like 60 points to enter.
Oh,
It's
okay, that
it's
I didn't know.
it's freaking nothing. You know, like it's in here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, Pro Tour Gauntlet. You get handed a deck at random, and it's 60 play points or six
Okay, that's
tickets.
cool.
So it's a way to let you play with the those decks before having to purchase all of the cards
Right.
or all that jazz. Because that would be pretty unreasonable. But no, that's that's pretty cool. But that's not what we're doing today. I'm gonna do another Shadows draft, which once I find the Shadows drafts. Whew. Keep thinking about this format and what I want to and like what color I like the most in it and that sort of thing. I still don't have a real answer.
On it, I've enjoyed literally every color combination I've played in this format.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like I've played a lot of different decks and I don't think I've had one that I thought like wow, this was like super bad. Like I don't ever want to try drafting this combination again, you know.
Right. That's honestly what I've probably lost more in this set than I have in like the previous six, but I'm having fun with it.
Yeah. My with this set I've had like it's been very middling success. Like I've had a lot of drafts that get to the second round, a couple that have made it fairly well, but the like it's been a lot better than say when I started playing cons. I think the first 4 or 5 cons drafts I did they were just like losing round one because that format took a while for me to like understand what it wanted from you
Right.
because that was a very different format. This one seems a lot more like kind of like a straightforward format. ah, two things at the same time. You can do that. Hello, everybody. We're in the queue. We're waiting to see what we end up in for shadows. What was I researching and design specifically? That one room in Lower Norfair where the X-ray scope doesn't work. That's specifically the thing I was trying to work with. I'm still working at it, but it's a lot more difficult than I thought to fix the bug that is there because it's not really a bug; it's a workaround, and to reverse the workaround is difficult. And it's basically a manual process, so I'll have to rebuild the room by hand. Yeah.
That's what like basically 20-year-old games get to.
Well, right, like, I mean, that's how it is. You work within the limitations you have, and it's like, well, if we want to make this function, we have to we have to do it this way for this room and this way because otherwise, like, it just does not work in the room because of like color limitations or just like processor limitations of the Super Nintendo.
Oh, Super Nintendo. I thought my favorite uh re- realization for an old school game was a
Mm-hmm.
picture of the original Mario World,
Uh huh.
or not Mario World, just Super Mario Brothers, whatever the first one was, whatever they called it. And it was just a picture of like what was like jumping on a Goomba or whatever. It's like this picture required more space than the game did when it was first released.
Yep. Okay.
We got a really expensive angel,
You know how many times I've opened that card, and you know how many times I've cast it?
like zero.
4 and 0. Like four. I think I've had the card like 3 or 4 times, and I've never gotten to 8 and cast that thing. Like, it doesn't happen.
I mean, if you do, you basically win the game.
Right, but you have to get to 8. What do I want out of here? Like, I kind of like green. I'm wondering if, like, maybe I just want to pick up Byway Courier flat. Like, I don't... Is that better than Gloom Widow? Investigate. Might be. Like, green is the color that draws my eye in here.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
Like, these are the 2 that I'm looking at are the 3-drops. And, like, I lose a point of toughness, but I get Investigate on death.
Right.
Also,
yeah, we can grab the courier.
Also, human is more powerful.
Right. Oh, there's another human.
Well, this is a good mana creature in the sense of, like, ramping up, as well as the delirium making it relevant late game.
That late game is actually like,
well, right.
legitimate.
It makes the card like not a dead top deck at the end of the game, or like mid game. The Mushroom Man gets a little bit more powerful. But the big thing is that ramp is basically non-existent in this format, so...
Yeah, also green-black is a fine color combination for me.
Right, like, that doesn't need us to be in black either, like, to pick it. Like, it's... I mean, Village Messenger's nifty, but it's probably not even in the top 3 cards in this pack in my eyes. The next one is Spectral Shepherd to me.
Spectral Shepherd. I did not think that card was that great, and then I played against it, and then I realized that it was a Drake with a super good upside.
Right, like you don't realize how powerful that upside is until you play with it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh. So by the way, I'm going to pick another werewolf here. So this is a human shaman werewolf who...
It's a lot of card types.
Yeah. 3/3 that can't attack unless you control a 4-power creature, which could be, her, or, when she flips, she's a 4/4. Basically, you can't. It's very difficult to attack into the Pacifist as a 3/3 without having like some sort of 3/2. She comes down a turn earlier, than all that. And if you have any sort of equipment, like, I don't know, True Faith Sensor that's sitting right here to give her the 4th point of power.
I kind of hope that tables.
This pack looks okay. I kind of doubt it, though, because of cards like Deny Existence. Well, actually, it's not unreasonable for it to table.
I don't know. I usually feel like equipment has a better chance of tabling than most, but this set has proven me wrong on that.
Well, we have a lot of humans, so True Faith Sensor is a piece of equipment I would like to have around.
Right.
So I could pick up Howlpack Resurgence. I could pick up Confront the Unknown. I could pick up something in like white, like Town Gossip Monger, and try to be an aggressive deck like that.
I really like Howlpack Resurgence.
Yeah, Howlpack Resurgence gives us the +1/+1 for the Pacifist as well. I don't know. Is that something worth going in on right now? Like with one werewolf? Like, I could do it. I could do it and then, like, go in on that and try to pick up any of the green flip cards I see. That might be worth it just based on, like, the other 2 cards that stand out to me are Town Gossip Monger as a good aggressive human, and Confront the Unknown, because that might be where we end up being. Mostly because there's nothing else in other colors that draws me.
There really isn't.
Hellpack could definitely be a trap, but I was going to say, the question is what's the opportunity cost? Like, not that much else.
Aim high is good. There's a shard again. Well,
I'm looking. Screw that. I'm looking at red and black in here.
There's definitely like Skin Invasion.
Right. I'm looking at Skin Invasion. I'm looking at Malevolent Whispers. I'm looking at Crow of Dark Tidings. Those are the 3 cards that stand out to me.
I will always tell you to grab Skin Invasion.
Yeah, I can't disagree on that. I think I want to be in red if I'm in Howlpack Resurgence. Like, is kind of the...
That's very true.
Like, the crow is a crow, though. I understand that. Investigate gives you a clue that's 2 sack, draw a card.
That is also, like, an artifact that's on the field, if that ever matters. Yeah, I don't know. 1 mana 3/4 that's also a kill spell. Like, it's so hard to beat that.
Yeah, I'm willing to go with that. Hey, okay, this is a very good card in our color. Uh, it's a 5/4 that whenever a permanent transforms into a
What?
non-human creature.
Wow. It. Oh, I wait. A permanent you control. So, well, that actually works with skin invasion.
Well, you should read how Skin Invasion comes into play transformed. It doesn't transform in play. Yeah.
Then why'd they word it that way?
They worded it that way because they don't want it to give you a. Well, they worded Skin Invasion that way because there's no way to not word it any other way.
No, I mean cult.
Uh,
Like,
the,
why'd they use permanent instead of creature?
because there are lands that flip. There are other cards other than Skin Invasion that do function. Ooh, I could pick up Malevolent Whispers here.
That card's so good. Like, we probably won't get the madness off, but I mean, that's fine. It's just as threatened.
I've cast I've cast shit. We went and found this card's name too. The one out of Rise of the Eldrazi, Traitor's Instinct. Got it.
Yes.
Got it before somebody else got me. Bam. Yeah, Traitor's Instinct is still a real card. Like, remove a blocker, add an attack. You know, like go for the Alpha Strike. And if you can madness it, it's unreasonable.
Right. Also, it's probably like one of my favorite arcs in the game.
Like, hey, how's it going? Nothing really stands out to me in this. Like,
I would say describe like clip wings just as a sideboard option.
yeah, Rush of Adrenaline isn't a trick I want, and I don't know if I like Shard of Broken Glass is something I can usually find other places. Farbog Revenant's like okay, but anyway, this is our pack back.
Cage Fury is a card.
I
I
was
like
say-
having one of that.
I was to say I'm looking at Uncaged Fury and then noticing also that black is like here, but also the cards aren't actually that powerful. Like
Right.
this isn't like power black still going around, but it is black still going around. I really don't like Rush. Like, one mana is a cheap trick, but like it doesn't do what I want it to do a lot of the time.
Right. I feel like Uncaged Fury does what you want Trample to do, and also does other things, and is also better. That is like perfect.
Sweet, that was like my number 3 card in this number 3 or 4 card in this pack anyway. And another werewolf flip card to work with like the cult and the Hellback Resurgence sounds pretty nice. I like the skeleton key, but I value the Uncaged Fury more than I value the skeleton key.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically it. Like, the skeleton
Uncaged Fury
key,
can just like kill your opponent.
right? Like, especially when we already have sources of, and this is the pack with, what was it that we were saying might it would not table. I think this is the True Faith Censor pack.
Probably, yeah.
Like, and this makes sense that nothing in here, like, because these aren't terribly powerful cards. I don't care about any of these.
These are bad cards.
I'm gonna cut off a color.
All right. Also, I mean, it's possible we'll play structural. I mean, I doubt it, but
Okay. I feel like our deck has an identity, but is missing power.
cards force that identity.
Well, right. Like, I mean, Hellpack Resurgence. There's only 2 werewolves in the deck at the moment, so we need a little more than that. However, just the Curve of Lampholt Pacifist Hellpack Resurgence on 3 is good enough.
Right? Also being able to play that Hell Pack on your opponent's turn, so that way you can flip your Lambolt.
Yeah. Oh, hey, take a look at cool rare here that we're not picking. Do you remember Mr. Traft?
I
this
love
ghost?
my guys to Saint Traft.
Yeah, I know. Moonlight Hunt versus like Intrepid Provisioner is, I think, the 2 that I am looking at for this pack.
Yeah, Moonlight Hunt is a kill spell, but Intrepid Provisioner goes off a lot better right now with the cards we have.
Right. There's currently 5. Every creature in our deck currently is a human. I don't think this pack is terribly empty. Like, if you're looking at other colors, Accursed Witch, Moonlit Drifter, Sleep Paralysis, Emissary of the Sleepless. Like, I'm looking between these 2.
Yeah.
Like, the Moonlight Hunt is a removal spell. The Intrepid Provisioner pushes forward. which like lets me attack with Lambhold Pacifist too. I think.
I think that the Provisioner is probably the pick.
My issue with picking Moonlight Hunt here is that I have 2 wolves.
Yep.
I have a lot more humans, but 2 wolves. Wow, Altered Ego. How's it going, Rare? Could pick up Halpak Wolf actually here. Now, funnily enough, like there's Gloom Widow there and Halpak Wolf, and Gloom Widow looks basically better than Halpak Wolf in a lot of instances. But the fact that we have Halpak Resurgence makes me want more.
Also, on the off chance that it kill spell tables.
It could if nobody else is doing wolf stuff. Though with it being the only other green card in that pack, it's much more of a doubt. I'm going with the Halpak Wolf here because I want more cards to make me actually not want Halpak Resurgence. Yeah. Also, establishing us in red sounds like a good plan here too.
This basically cuts red off in this pack. Like, there's all that's left is a Magmatic Chasm.
It's a card I'd want to come back around. I want 1 copy of that. Also in here, like, obviously the rare. Like, the rare is quite good. Altered Ego is a powerful clone. Thraven Inspector, some Madness cards. Hi.
You should grab that guy.
Yeah, it's probably Gaia Reach Bandit here, even with the Incorrigible Youths at my disposal. I'm not a Madness deck and do not have outlets to Madness the Incorrigible Youths. Which
also not much to use vampire stuff with.
Well, just the card itself is fine.
Yeah. What does the Gaia do on the backside?
The backside of Gaia Reach?
Yeah.
Your werewolves immediately transform and come into play.
That's right. Alright. I like that.
Yeah, we need loggers. That's the missing piece of this deck is we need... Yeah, no cutting red in this pack. Yeah, we absolutely positively need loggers to live.
Convicted Killer might table.
With how much red's in here, it's likely. I'm probably not even happy playing that card. It's the only werewolf I'm not terribly impressed by.
I don't like that card very much, honestly, but...
Also, looking at our deck right now, like 3 drops is already the spot that's filled.
It's always filled.
Oh, thank God!
There's a Reduce to Ashes.
Well, there's also.
Oh, there's a True Faith. Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a True Faith Censor, which was a card we said we were definitely looking for with all of the humans that we currently have.
Mm-hmm.
Making Cult of the Waxing Moon like a 7/5. Yeah, the Convicted Killer is playable, but I don't think much in here because like we're already like our 3 drops are much more of a higher quality thing. Reduce to Ashes is the other card in here, like you said. Really shitty removal.
Yep.
But I want the True Faith Censor for another way to turn the Pacifist on immediately.
Right.
And also because it interacts very well with like human, like.
Yeah, right now it doesn't have human on like the skin invasion back. Like...
Yeah. Hi Tenacity. What are you still doing around?
Fungus among us.
I was gonna say, is this like picking up the Moldgraph Scavenger?
I mean, I feel like we're more of a...
Like, I don't think we're getting Delirium off on it, and that's a really defensive creature I don't want to be playing onto.
Right. Try making Dissension work again, but every time we've played it, just hasn't worked the way we wanted it to.
Yeah, I've never had Dissension function.
I don't know, I would just say a second Uncaged Fury.
It's fucking, I'm stealing Tenacity.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair.
Screw that noise. I'm stealing Tenacity just flat.
Emperor Wolf is
okay, so
not bad.
Oh, I'm also looking at like Graft Mole and the Thornhide Wolves.
Yeah.
Like,
I suppose we don't have much for a top end. We don't have that many 2-drops either, though. We only have 1 clue counter maker at the moment.
Honestly, Graft Mole...
But it's still fine. It's just a 3-mana 2/4.
I was gonna say, I play Mole with no text. Yeah, we only have 1 Investigate.
I mean, I play 4-mana 2/4 with no text, so... I mean, not gladly, but
I'm gonna get with the mole.
okay.
I like the mole's body as a 3-drop. Hi, that's a card I'll just flat take.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the reason I might have wanted the 5-drop over the mole is again how our 3 spot is looking really crowded and will continue to look very crowded.
Yeah, probably forever.
You know, every single time I see Hermit, there's a bunch of people that are like, super happy and hooting about it. I have never had this trigger.
Really?
I've never seen this trigger.
I love Watcher in the Web.
I think I'm fine just picking that as like probably not a card I want to be playing, but a card I would sideboard into, and I'm not really that entranced by Insolent Neonate. Doesn't really speak to me because I'm not in a Madness deck and Senseless Rage. Just the trigger never happens. Like the trigger never happens. I've never seen that card trigger once.
Wow. Invocation table.
So nobody's in white blue.
Apparently.
Don't want another Uncaged Fury over that.
Honestly, I'd probably hate draft again. Like, I know nobody took it on the first round, but somebody might make that work. And our deck loses to infinite 4/4 flyers.
It's not money. That is not money at all.
No. I don't know. We're not going to play 2 Uncaged Furies.
Fine.
Like,
there we go. That's a better finisher with the Magmatic Chasm coming back around.
yeah.
That's actually the better thing. Like Uncaged Fury isn't a card I usually want to be playing 2 of. I know that I'm missing. I missed Uncaged Fury 2 the last time. Also, wow. I'm picking Sanguinary Mage because I want a 2-drop more than I want more 3s. Like my 3-drop is starting to get really packed, and I don't think Convicted Killer is an upgrade on anything. Dual shot for the board.
Yeah. There's enough.
A card I will never
Fine.
play. A card I will never play on this.
I don't know. Usually, like, I just don't want a second Uncaged Fury because usually I'm using the first one I find for my kill shot. And if my opponent's dead, I don't need a second one.
I can tell you with 100% certainty if you weren't here, there's no chance I'd pick the Invocation.
Really?
I don't do that. I don't like hate drafting. I pick the Tenacity on the chance that I can splash it. I don't like
Fair.
I don't hate drafting is basically useless because that card goes to one of my 7 opponents who I'm playing one of them. Hi.
Hey.
Like Hinterland Loggers here, that's the 2-drop we've been talking about. I'm sorry. Like this is this is Tireless Tracker. So this doesn't actually get beaten.
That's infinite card draw. Also, here's a bunch of 1/1s on your thing.
Yeah, also also with the Graph Mall, like
You were just saying though you didn't want any more 3-drops. Better take that logger.
I said specifically, you're misquoting me. I said that the Convicted Killer was not an upgrade to any of our 3-drops.
All right, fair.
Let me tell you, Tireless Tracker, I think upgrades every single one of them. Yeah, I know they're both like Uvenwald Mysteries is also like infinite clue tokens, but Tireless Tracker is the better card because it's a body. In my thoughts, Hinterland Logger is the other card I want out of here. I'd be okay with Ravenous Bloodseeker.
There's no way logger tables.
No way.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I kind of want it, but Tireless Tracker is a card I'm 100% behind having. Like, even it's better if I have like fetches or something like that. I'm probably gonna pick up Gastaff Arsonist out of here. Like the white's okay out of here too. Like because there's Griff's Boon if I actually wanted to commit a little bit to having the white splash going on in the deck, but I don't have a way to make the white splash work.
Right. It's probably between like Arsonist and the Swine, and since we're doing werewolves, it should be Arsonist.
Yes.
Especially if we can like flip our bandit on 4 and then just turn 5 play Arsonist.
Yeah, and then it's immediately a 6/5. Like that's the Celestia Masquerade is also like just fine playable because we're an aggressive deck and first strike on attacking creatures is cool.
We don't get the cool part of it though.
Well, we don't get for one, we're not even madnessing the card, and for two, like we have like 1 vampire. We have almost no removal. That's correct. like,
We remove our opponent from the game.
like, yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about it too. Like, but if you want to point at the removal spell I should pick in my colors, go right ahead.
There's been one,
I'll be.
and that was literally one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I passed one up, and that was a choice I made, assuming that it was a little more that one wasn't going to trigger as much. Howlpack Wolf in here basically is the best of the three cards in our color, and again, white looks very strong with Silver Strike, Pious Evangel, and Apothecary Geist, but it's way too late to jump into white. I already have a Clip Wings over here, and I'm not gonna first pick a goddamn Clip Wings over. Are you kidding me? Clip Wings over Tireless Tracker? I swear.
You need it.
I welcome you to play against Tireless Tracker if you'd like to see how that card functions.
It's just so much card draw, and like even without the card draw, it just gets basically gets a +1/+1 every turn.
Right. Well, even if you don't pump the card itself, you play it on like turn 3 or 4, and then like don't let it die for a turn or two because it's fine, and then like you just get 3 clues. Okay. No. I wasn't directing that at you, Bulldozer, at all. Anyway, I was directing that more at somebody at TK Cat saying Clip Wings, which just had me laughing my head off because Clip Wings. Pick up Fork in the Road. I could splash for that Tenacity. You can pick up Sanguinary. Yeah, you play it on 4 or 5 before playing a land. I'm aware of how the card functions. I do not want another 3.
Yeah, we don't want that.
I really do not want another 3-drop.
I think it's Fork in the Road. It's like between that and Sanguinary Mage. We don't have like any way of triggering the prowess.
Right, we have maybe 3 spells I want in the deck. Fork in the Road isn't very good either. Because right now I have 8 3-drops and I want them all, and they're all better than Convicted Killer. which is the biggest problem with them all. We could pick up that Warped Landscape. I could pick up Vessel of Nascency. What is Skulk? Skulk cannot be blocked by a creature with higher power than this card.
Pretty solid.
I'm thinking about that Warped Landscape to let me splash the Tenacity now.
That's fine. With that and the Fork in the Road, we could definitely do it.
Well, that it also has the interaction with Tireless.
That's very true. Yeah, alright. This is the one time I'm really okay grabbing a Warped Landscape.
Researcher's disappointing. Have you played with Snapping Drake? No way. This card's great. It's disappointing to see that I'm not in blue more than anything else.
Right.
I love Aberrant Researcher. Every time I've played it,
so much open blue-white in these packs.
Well, right. I mean, we have the Invocation over on the side there. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. I am all about this card in our deck. This is a missing piece, you know?
It really is. Also, it's nice to have the one that doesn't require you to have a wolf.
Right, that's the one I want rather than the one that's all about my wolves. The one that's all about your wolves is a lot harder to counterspell. Rabid Viking can counterspell by kill you kill what I'm targeting. But the wolf one is all wolves, so you'd have to literally Wrath the Horde at instant speed to stop it or something like that.
Right.
Or kill the big wolf with enough power to not let your guy die, but this is gonna
also just being an instant makes another one. Hey, a Gibbering Fiend.
Yeah, Gibbering Fiend versus Ember Eye Wolf versus another Warped Landscape.
I'm actually really okay with the Gibbering Fiend, especially now that we have Warped Landscape and the Fork in the Road.
It actually feels like we might be able to get off the...
I mean, that thing's fine as a piker.
Right, but do we want the wolf? The wolf is something too that we've talked about that's very good. I don't know if we can actually get Delirium off for the Fiend.
We'd have land, enchantment, creature, and then an instant or a sorcery.
Well, enchantment's quite hard to get in the yard.
Right. Well, I mean, we have Skin Invasion. If we draw Skin Invasion, it's going to yard.
Yeah, but then it's going back into play as a creature. because that's how the card functions.
I just kind of assume those things are actually
See
like tokens.
that's the thing. Like the last couple drafts, like I'll pick up a piece of equipment and like there'll be a couple comments of, "Oh, you finally have an artifact for Delirium," and it's like, well, no,
It's not dying.
that card never goes to the yard. So, I guess I get to steal equiplings for the boards. Now I can hate on things like that. I don't want Pyrehound in this deck.
No.
There's like 4 instances of sorcery. I don't want either of these. Maybe I want to steal Puncturing Light, but like, hey, another copy of this card I'm not playing. hey. Yeah. I will actually take a second copy of Magmatic Chasm. That's kind of cool. All right.
Number of cards.
Not too
Cards,
many.
5 cards?
4 cards.
I would say at least one of the Howlpack Wolves. I don't think we need double of that card, especially with how full our 3 is.
Yeah, I'm looking at like
2 is also really full.
I'm fine with our 2 having stuff in it, especially because some of those aren't cards that are things. With Warped Landscape and Fork in the like. No. Keep asking about things. I'm completely like, I will answer all questions. It's just that I also will. Do we want Chasm main? I like having 1 Chasm in the main.
Gets you through.
I really like. Prowess gives +1/+1 to the creature when you cast a non-creature spell. I don't think these actually will really make it.
I don't think they will either.
Are
they vampires or humans?
Vampires.
I think they get cut then.
I like the Ember Eye Wolf a lot more in this deck because the Howlpack Resurgence hands off Trample.
Yes.
And then so these become 2/3 Trample with Fire Breathing.
I think the mages gotta go. Like we don't have that many things that trigger the prowess, and like they don't get pumped from any of our things.
Puts us at 15-ish creatures. Let me do the group creatures separately. Yeah, I'm all about having Ember Eye Wolves in the deck. Like you don't have to talk me into playing them. Because we have Magmatic Chasm, Malevolent Whispers, Tenacity.
The only like non-creature I see is probably the Whispers. Like as much as I hate to say that, like I think we need the rest of them, and if we're not cutting Whispers, then we're probably cutting a creature.
I don't want to cut down below 15 creatures.
I don't either, so I think it has to be Whisper, because like otherwise, like normally I would probably say like cut Fork in the Road, but if we're gonna be playing Tenacity, we need Fork in the Road.
Right. Like we need 1 cut out of here. Like,
don't get me wrong, I love Whispers. I think that card's amazing.
Yeah, I just don't know what else I'd want to cut in here, because I'm not cutting Howlpack Resurgence. I don't want to cut True Faith Sensor with how many humans are in the deck. Skin Invasion is still a 1-mana 3/4, with us maybe having to do a bit of work for it, but like we definitely can do that work very easily, with like Graph Mole or Lambholt Pacifist being able to just knock out a creature. Like the opposite thought on like Scroll Token, you are missing Howlpack Resurgence that gives +1/+1 and Trample, and Uncaged Fury that gives +1/+1 and Double Strike.
Yep.
So yeah, the line that people have said is possible, just unlikely. Man, Whispers versus Magmatic Chasm versus
I'm not as big a fan of magnetic chasm as you are. I would rather his whispers over that, but I know you want that in the main.
Right, I like having it, especially when we have no actual evasive creatures.
Mm-hmm. Like our only trample is, or like only other way through is from a howl pack. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like that's like literally our only cut. As much as I hate it.
And then sort by color, things look. I guess green gets the nod. Yeah, green gets the nod, especially because it has the fork. I'm.
That's right.
Why do I even say sentences? Why do I even say words? All right, let's rock it. Uh,
I in this situation, I believe it is because we don't have any way of madnessing out the threaten.
the other thing is we also we have no way of madnessing the threat, which is when it's at its most powerful. Also, we have like a ton of trample with the Hellpack Resurgence.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on this hand. It's not like the best, but it's just fine.
I mean, I like it just has every color.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I just like looked up to the top for a second and glanced, and I thought that our opponent mulled before.
No.
I'm like, how do they even do that? We haven't mulled yet.
So my hope would be that they don't make a 3-drop, but it's very likely that they do.
Yeah.
And it's, of course, Dauntless Cathar, because that's the 3-drop that you make. Okay.
Oh, I like didn't see anything happen for a long ass time.
Oh.
I was just like sitting like here. I'm like, are you gonna keep or mulligan?
I don't think I want to play the tireless tracker on this turn. Yeah, planes. I have a single copy of Tenacity. I'm splashing.
I love these and tenacity.
Do I actually want to be attacking on this, or like trying to? No, no, I'm not throwing it into that.
I don't know. I'm far in the past at the moment.
Oh,
My clock has you at 24:21.
let me try fixing that then.
The wizard eyes have been broken. Okay, now we're good.
Hellpack Wolf can't block alone, so there's no point in playing it. Like, yeah, okay.
Have an ox.
Okay, alright. So I'm gonna play Tireless Tracker and then just play a land.
That's fair. The land probably being the landscape. Okay, or that.
I'm probably trading off Gaia Reach Bandit here. I don't know if I want to keep that around. Next turn I want to play Graph Mole. That's my way of like getting myself out of the game.
Yeah.
Werewolves are werewolves on both sides. Oh. Yeah, alright, alright.
He does not want you to have that.
Nah, I get it. I understand. It's fine. It's cool. That's fine. That's completely fine. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we should probably. We're getting kind of low.
Not really, but I want to simplify the board slightly. Like, I don't think we're actually too low there. But I wanted to play the Cult of the Waxing Moon on this turn.
So we can get Graph Mole and use our clue at end of turn.
That's actually a little more defensive. And then, like, what does that let us do the turn following? Whatever our clue gives us, I suppose.
Right. And it makes his attacks really awkward.
That's more the point, is how bad the graph mole makes attacks unless he has a way around it. I like that part of it, and also the ability to gain 3 life.
Yeah, also that. Yeah, it's pretty good pill for dogs.
Right. I'm happy that we just anguished unmaking had to pull that card out of our opponent. They saw they saw Tireless Tracker and like nuclear optioned that. Jeez.
Get out.
Yeah.
I mean, if they hadn't, we were getting into a
Right. We would have gotten
search next turn. We would have gotten like 4 clues off it.
especially with the mole.
Right.
All right.
Wow.
I assume he
He
has.
must have something. Yeah.
We can't not block though, and I want this thing dead. I assume he has a +2/+2 trick.
I would assume so. Wow. All right. I'm cool with this.
I'm cool with most outcomes that result in me not immediately like losing my graph mole, seeing as it's the only creature I control.
Yeah.
Okay. A flyer.
Yeah. It's mostly the most annoying part is that it's flying.
Let's go ahead and get some life.
End card. We got past the land.
Okay, it looks like we found we can put up some defensive options.
Yeah.
Lambholt Pacifist plus Howlpack Wolf.
Works for me. Well, Howlpack's not a defensive option.
It is. We control a werewolf.
Oh. I just always assumed that thing just couldn't block.
I can block. And then I'm leaving up the clue, +1/+1. Alright, so we do have problems of flyers right now. Oh, we have major flying problems now.
Yeah, that just took another turn off our clock.
Right. That's 3 turns to dead. Okay.
We can attack our opponent. Wait, alright, so we can do 8, 11, 13?
He can block with flyers.
Alright, the thing's got vigilance.
Things got vigilance.
Ugh. It would deal with the flyer. But then he'd crack back on the ground and...
It's what we have, so we have to do it.
Yeah, I think we just have to give it another turn, see what we get.
I could attack with, like, things, but he has a 3/4 blocker, so nothing makes real attacks. Yeah, it's Falter. That's how the card functions.
If we draw our kill spell for the 3/4, I think we, like, don't we just win? Oh, yeah, we would just win if we draw that.
As long as he doesn't make the Dauntless Cathar token, which he really should. Like, I have no idea why he wouldn't make the 1/1 off of Dauntless Cathar.
Okay. Well, not that it matters.
Yeah, he didn't even make the Dauntless Cathar token.
I think our best bet to not dying is to Magmatic Chasm and swing with our 5/4. To try to bluff the fact that we could kill him. Otherwise, we lose. I mean, or we could just completely go for it, but...
We lose in basically all instances where it doesn't work, so I'm going to try and... I'm just going to assume our opponent does not block with a apothecary. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so he has his dead back, and he knows it, and I'm not gonna waste any more time. So, if you didn't notice, our opponent's mono white.
Oh, really?
Yes, I figured I should mention that our opponent is just flat mono white there. Man, I wish I would have had Tenacity as my combat trick there. Yeah, I was gonna say Watcher, maybe. I don't like Clip Wings. Clip Wings is really bad against 1/1. That's the reason I dislike this card in this set, is that like the 1/1 flyers are all over the place, so like the card just fails to function.
Yeah, I'm fine bringing in a Watcher.
Yeah, what do we not want?
I would mostly just like to grab or like see any of our 2-drops.
Yeah, like Chasm might not be as good since our opponent has flyers. It can't actually falter.
That's fair. Chasm would have won us the game if he didn't have 1 flyer, but because of that, the card kind of became useless.
Yeah, Clip Wings is each opponent sacrifices a flying creature, which literally has the text destroy a 1/1 flyer. That's what it does.
Yeah, I think I'd just rather have things with reach over Clipped Wings.
Yeah, let's just rock with this.
Okay.
Should we play first? Yes. I can do this. That's fine.
Yeah, okay. It has the fork.
Yeah, it has a fork, so it's just fine. And I don't actually need to cast the fork on 2. I can cast it on a later turn. Because I want to cast the Lambhole Papist on 2.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we just draw red here.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Hero Planes has been in both starting hands.
But no, Lambhole Pacifist is a card I definitely want in play, because it's just a stop, especially if our opponent plans on like cracking this clue token as their turn 2.
Right.
Like all of a sudden it looks really bad.
Yeah. Life is good.
Heck, I can Skin Invasion Thraben Inspector.
Mm-hmm.
Or that.
Or that. And like
Fork in the road?
Yeah, and fork.
I'm thinking that. I'm thinking Skin Invasion, Moorland Drifter, and then Fork in the Road.
Sounds good to me. This is why I like limited over standard. I just feel like there's a lot more cards that do things. Because I feel like Skin Invasion in standard is just unplayable.
Well, right.
But in limited, it's probably my favorite card.
And we want a Forest for the Grave Bows. Yeah, I'm not Rabbit Biting.
We're grabbing extra red right now because that way we can have double activation of Ember Wolf.
Yeah.
Also, if we need more green, we have the landscape in play.
So, make the obvious block, see if our opponent actually has a trick, which they do. Okay.
That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, just throw out a courier.
Right. Well, I'm still fine with that trade. I get a, you know.
Right, we get a 3/4 and a clue.
Right. Yeah, we have a fire breather, and also I was just checking. We have both a warp landscape in play to go grab second green, and also there is no card in our deck that costs double green. So, you know,
Fair.
we have some pretty good reasons that we don't actually care about the double green at the moment. Is this gonna get like anguished unmaking? Like, yeah, we want double green to be able to rabbit bite and play a 3-drop that's green in the same turn. Geez, for a basically mono white deck, that sure is a lot of planes. Or just, one whole planes.
One whole planes.
True Faith Sensor. Probably in that Thraben Inspector.
Yeah, problems. Yep.
Makes it a 3/3 Vigilance.
Ugh.
Anyway, I'm getting my kill.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, we could just trade with the 3/3, but we can just do that next turn. We have a 3/4.
Right. Because we get a 3/4 for this.
I mean, or we could just Rabid Bite it if we really felt like it, which seems kind of like a waste of Rabid Bite.
That sounds like a terrible waste of the card.
Especially because we kind of need to save it for our Spliers.
Yeah.
Do we want to pop the Clue before playing the Ember Eye?
I think I'm okay playing the Ember Eye and, like...
Holding up the fact that we can make the trade.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just trade or kill it with skin.
I guess then the question is, do I attack? Probably not right now.
I don't think it's really necessary.
I'm just gonna get a board down. I'm also not gonna pop the Clue this turn.
Yeah, there's really no reason for us to make a 1/1 when we can't have a 1/0.
Well,
I mean, obviously he's got tricks, but
I can't double pump the Ember Eye Wolf. We're cracking the land.
mostly so that we get land out of our deck.
Right, before I use the Clue. Alright, there's double white. And they're going to use that Clue. That's fine. Still can't really attack in the Skin Shredder unless they get something like... Oh, they actually have a black card in their deck. That card can't block. Alright. It's flying, though. That's... Alright, so let's go ahead and warp landscape. Go get a forest, and then we'll use the Clue on our turn. Nice. Nice.
Perfect.
Alright, so let's go ahead and use the Clue, see if I can't get more of a... Okay, so no.
You can't have anything.
I guess that means I'm fine attacking with Skin Shredder.
Yeah, okay.
Like, how do I want it? How do I want it? I'm not going to spend the Tenacity here, trust me.
No.
Like, I'm not doing that quite yet. I'm thinking... I can now attack, though, because, like, I have this card that just says, oh, by the way, you thought you were winning?
Yeah, get wrecked.
You thought you were winning the trades. Oh, by the way, you're not. 6 lands, 3 cards in hand. Waiting for this, like, rapid bite to be necessary. We're taking 5. Again, I don't feel too hard about our life total, seeing as we have Tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
6 and pass.
If we had one more land in play, like, do we just like rabid bite his dude and hit him in the face?
I'm more thinking I might just play out. Yeah, like this has to be like Silver Strike. That's the card I'm assuming.
Which one's Silver Strike?
Destroy target attacking creature. You gain 3 life.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna play Hellpack Wolf and ship it back.
And he can block.
Why would you ever lose the game to the Toad? Like I don't understand. Why would it ever kill you? Like, the toad has all upside. There literally isn't a downside to the toad. I don't get it. I quite literally don't understand. Like, what would happen where the toad would kill you?
See, oh,
Ooh. Take him with Howlpack Wolf, then.
yeah.
Just the Howlpack Wolf.
We don't have any tricks. I swear.
Okay, you show me yours. I'll show you mine. Silver Strike. Oh!
Just get out.
Alright, buddy.
I'm okay with that getting burnt there.
Why not push on making the Hellpack resurgence?
Because then he loses his dude, I guess.
Is he that hard up? If he's that hard up, I might just want to, like, start wrathing out his board. You know?
I don't know.
Angel?
Hey, that's an angel.
Alright.
That's an angel that we can... Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hi! Anyway, I'm gonna do this, where I pump my wolf twice and bite that.
Yeah.
I mean...
Chomp.
Goodbye.
And I think we still attack. Like, I think we're okay with the trade.
I'm not, because I have Uncaged Fury.
Okay, fine. Well, we can definitely get in there with the skin shredder, can't we?
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, no. We're at 7. If he draws, like, any sort of pump, we probably just die. Because we're not going to be blocking with the Ember Eye.
Playing defensive. I don't know why he hasn't been, like, moving the True Fate sensor for extra damage.
I don't know. Possibly it's just so that he can trade with our Ember Eye, but that was also, like, the case 2 turns before we played the Howl Pack.
Yeah.
Dog bites angel. Good doggy.
Tenacity Fury is my next turn plan. You don't have to tell me twice.
I like that plan. Also, our Ember Eye has trample, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he just lets us through because he thinks he can kill us. He does not. Tenacity still makes this just fine, though.
Yep. And, I want to Uncaged Fury the Skin Shredder here.
It does bring him to 4 and brings us to, like, 20.
Yeah, because if I Uncaged Fury the Skin Shredder here, then if he has a trick or something... Because if I Uncaged Fury on the Ember Eye, that's 5 extra damage. If I guess it doesn't change anything. Like, at all.
It doesn't.
It's the same damage, but I get more lifelink this way. So.
Yeah, alright.
Do you have the Silver Strike? Okay, 18 to 4.
I'm feeling better now.
By the way, that's why I like Tenacity.
Yeah, that card just flips games.
I've talked the card up a lot for good reason. Like, the card's kinda dumb. Like, I don't have, like... there aren't stories that end with I played Tenacity and then I lost. It's I played Tenacity and then my life total went to 26 and my opponent went to 4. Like, but I got bad news about Olivian's Bloodsworn. I got some really bad news for you. I'm sorry.
If we draw 1 damage, we just straight up win here.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, he had vigilance, but
a land. You mean like a land?
Yeah, a land would be good.
How about a land?
Oh right, trample.
How about a land?
I forget trample.
This is the cost for not getting rid of the Halpack Resurgence.
Yeah. Hoping that we didn't tap.
Yeah, the Vampire can't block. That's the downside of Vampire Interloper can't block. Anyway, so whoever was saying that that's not possible for like the Ember Eye Wolf to not attack, the Ember Eye Wolf attacks for huge numbers. It's great. All right, we've learned a little more about our opponent's deck. They are again basically mono white.
Yeah, but they're playing like the same amount of mana in both. So.
What do I want?
I think our deck's fine now. But they did show more flyers, so I do feel slightly better about Clipwings, but eh.
I guess what are we feeling bad about? Yeah, Malevolent Whispers was the card I was actually looking at.
That's also fair.
Yeah, I guess that my better question I always ask is, what's the bad card we have? You know, like what's the card that we don't ever want to see that doesn't
all
do
the
anything?
things that I would normally cut in this situation is what we just won with, like Tenacity or Uncaged Fury.
Right, like then we're cutting our cards that win us the game. Yeah, I know that's basically what I'm thinking as well. Is because that's really the question we have to ask is like how would that card be an improvement to the match, and like what is bad. Like we could I guess we could get rid of Fork in the Road, seeing as we have been just drawing our colors, but I also feel like we need to be able to Fork in the Road for our colors. Like
I mean, the instant we remove that, all we do is draw red. Yeah. The only thing I can maybe think of is the Intrepid Provisioner, only because we haven't played it yet, so I haven't seen how good it can be. Let's just run it back.
Yeah. Everybody's going on about everything else they want in the deck, and I don't know what I would want to cut. Like, I don't agree with any... Like, I don't agree with any of the 23 cards being cut out of here, and I don't agree with this hand being 6 lands. That's a mulligan.
It has to be, even though we do have like the best 1-drop.
Well, yeah, but we can't keep a 6-lander.
No, we can't.
We also can't keep this hand because it doesn't do anything. So we're going to 5.
Put them to magic. I think we keep this because there's things we can do. If we can get a green, we're in this.
Yeah. The village messengers could have a skin invasion going on.
Alright, please don't have a 2.
He's got oh man, a kill spell. Alright.
Shit.
That's bad. Pass it back!
Well.
Goodbye. Our opponent mulled the 6 and has a slow start, but it doesn't matter how slow your start is when this is what we've got.
Yep.
Yes, this is the. I've said my theory before. In a match of best of three, you're guaranteed to have a game like this at all times.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way. It's the way of Magic.
I think all we can hope for at this point is that all he has is land.
Could happen. He could have kept like a 4-land apothecary guy's deadweight hand and tried to run it down, but we need to, like, we need to draw the forest here.
Yeah.
See, here's the trick. If we draw the plains, that didn't actually own us because the plains would have been a mountain if I wasn't playing it. Like, I guarantee you that.
Alright. Do we... Nah, it
Do we
doesn't go
death cap cultivator?
I think so, so we hope we draw the land for the Watcher next turn.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to death cap cultivator, and I'm also going to skin invasion the Thraben Inspector.
Okay.
Like, then it'll attack into Graph Mole or Watcher in the Web next turn. Hopefully Watcher in the Web. His clock is too slow to be real against us
Yeah.
right now, so that's good. Okay, don't care.
He must have just drawn that, so yeah.
Fork in the Road, followed by Graph Mole.
Yeah, I think that's our best play.
Yeah, so Fork in the Road... And Fork in the Road will go grab our white. Because we can use Death Cap Cultivator to make green mana.
Yep.
So grab our white and put a forest in the yard. And play out a Graph Mole, and we kind of have to hope our opponent doesn't have a copy of
Things.
the Puncturing Light. If they do, that's still, like, not the worst. Because that means we take 5, go to 10, and our opponent's down to 1 card left in hand. The more likely thing is that they have a real... Okay, then they can kill here. I'm blocking Devil Thorn Fox? Or am I... No, actually...
I think we just blocked the... Oh, we can't block 3/4. I think we need to keep the Graph Mole in play.
Right, so, like, blocking the Thraben Inspector here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're going to take 7 here, but I think it's our only shot.
Fair. And if our opponent's final card in hand is Puncturing Light, then, like, we're just in hell anyway.
Right. Because we will have more blocker next turn.
The Plains is for the specific card that, like, lets us win the game still. Even with the current board. Like, Tenacity is the card I would want to draw.
Yup.
Watcher in the Web's my play next turn, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, 100%.
Being able to just, like, block their team.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got a Watcher here.
Like, I could Ember Eye Wolf pass and then have 3 blockers up.
I mean, you could, but Watcher also blocks Fox and Inspector, kills the Inspector, and lives.
More realistically, yeah. At the end, lives part of that is the necessary part.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that was why I thought that card was super funny. Like, they couldn't just write, like, any number of creatures. No, it's just an additional 7.
Right, because it's a spider. It has 8 arms. So, like, 8 legs, you know? No, it does not deal 2 damage to each creature it blocks.
No, right. We would have to kill the Inspector.
Speaking of Inspectors, our opponent has multiple ways to draw new cards, which Elvish Visionary at the point in the game they're in is quite powerful. They need that. My hope is, again, that they're drawing dead, because we need them to be drawing dead for another turn, at least.
Oh, yeah.
We need one more turn of dead draw before I feel like we are back in the saddle.
I'm okay with them drawing, like, more, like, 2-drop creatures, but... Um, so actually, instead of blocking Inspector and Fox, I guess we could block an Inspector and the oh wait no we can oh yeah no, an Apothecary Geist and then Grafmole and the Fox. That kills two of his dudes.
We get to deal combat damage the way we want, right? I think so. Like, if I do it this way, like, I'm the one who gets to choose. Make sure that
I
I
would
know this.
assume.
I haven't had this instance come up, and I don't fully recall this off the top of my head. So I'm going to double check before I make a play because I have the ability to do so.
I mean, we're the ones doing damage, so I would assume so. But
Yeah,
you know what happens when you assume.
right. That's why I'm about 100% sure on this, but I will always double check my.
I also feel like he probably drew a combat trick here.
Well, he makes that attack regardless. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, our guy lives. I'm fine with a combat trick happening.
I don't know what this means.
What is going on? Like,
okay, so that way?
is that correct? I think that's
I
correct.
think that's correct.
Whatever.
Alright, we did it.
Okay, so now we
have officially blocked correctly.
Okay, now we have a board. The hell? Inquisitor's Ox. I don't care.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
And this is where we try and turn the corner. Like, I'm gonna play the Arsonists.
The main thing is that we have a blocker for his flyer.
Yes.
Like, if that goes away, we just lose.
8 mana, he could play out his Giant Angel.
Which yep, here it comes.
I know a Giant Angel when I see one. We need to draw a Rabid Bite.
Yeah, we need it now. That is a forest.
Okay.
Um.
We can still block it one turn.
Yeah, but then we've basically lost.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Angel does not attack through. He only has 2 card types. Nice try.
I mean, he attacks through in the sense that he's going to kill the spider.
Yeah. Like, we play out the wolf. I probably...
Probably going to end step, like, Howl back.
No, I'm going to main phase... combat it. I'm attacking with Gastaff Arsonist.
Okay. Oh, and see if he blocks with an angel.
Right. The Ember Eye Wolf's not worth attacking with at the mo.
Oh, that just gets blocked way too easy.
Yeah, so he has a pretty simple block on it, and he's found it. I still need to make the attack anyway, because that's one of the only ways I'm winning, is getting that to happen. Like, I realize that the attack backfires very easily, well, much like it does, but I have to make the attack to try to win anyway.
Right.
We're going to need to top deck Tenacity, or Bust, basically, is how this works.
Yep.
So he attacks with the Angel. The Apothecary Geist should not be attacking here.
No, not even a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just throw a spider at it.
Yep, gotta throw the spider at it. We can still, if we draw Rabid Bite, we can still kill it.
We still have to deal with a Geist then, though.
Yep. And this triggers, but no Delirium, so it's fine.
Yeah, Tenacity gives us time, which we desperately need.
Okay. It's a good card, but it doesn't do anything at the exact moment.
That does nothing.
Yeah. Act as though I have it. Tenacity doesn't give me time. Tenacity wins the game.
Also that.
Like, come on. Why not pre-combat it? Because that does actually nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't give us another pump.
Like, it has factually no effect and removes the ability for me to look like I have a combat trick.
Yep.
Which is what I'm currently doing.
Now we hope he doesn't attack.
He will. I'm not representing any real trick.
Shit.
So, anyway, that's that. By the way, that angel's worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Well, not like in the sense of it's triggered ability. The fact
Yeah,
that
it
it
has to
was
do damage.
yeah, I thought it was on attack.
So even when we thought it was even better, I mean, it still killed us, but that was only because it was a 6/6 flyer.
Well, right. Also, that game had a lot more to do with us starting on a one-land hand and not recovering for 4 turns than anything else.
Yeah. Oh well, that happens.
Yeah, I'm glad that Tenacity got to do exactly what Tenacity does, which is win the
A
game.
game.
That's exactly how Tenacity functions.
Even though we had we were stuck on one land for like 4 turns, I'm still really happy that we had planes all 3 games.
I know. In all 3 games, it worked, and in the 3rd game, the fork actually was necessary to even get out of where we were. Basically, the angel was the card I knew I couldn't beat once that happened, and yeah. What, you think that tracker is gonna go down in value? But the tracker, people were asking about cards of value. The tracker actually is also a valuable card, as well as being a powerful one, like in limited. Oh, what time is it? It's like 9. Oh, I can easily do another one of these. Are you in for another, or would you? If you're out, that's fine. Don't force
Yeah,
it.
I think I'm gonna be done for now. I need to go play more Overwatch. It
All
needs
right.
to happen.
Sounds good. Gnome, if you want to join me on a thing, let me know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take the stream down for now, though, and something else will probably come up soon.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yep. And thanks for showing up. Thanks everybody else for joining. Hope you had a good time. So be back in a little bit.